Good evening, everyone. This is Maurice from the AAA Model Railroad. Quick video on my UP SD70M project that I've been working on for a few weeks now. And what I actually have here is basically a speaker or speakers, plural, experimentation with the TCS 28mm round speaker in the rear, and I actually added this little baby. It's a ESU little box speaker, and it comes in the kit. This one I believe is 11mm by 15mm, and you build this little kit up. As you can see, is the kit, kit number 50321. And these are the extra parts that I actually have. And actually, this here is one I built up with everything that comes in the kit. I haven't tested these yet. I mean, matter of fact, I was originally going to use this instead of this. This one, as you can see, I didn't build it all up. That's because of space constraints. I really don't. I had to play around with it and see if this actually works. But I mean, from what it looks like, from when I compared the chassis on the side, side by side, basically on the, excuse me, I said it all wrong. When it comes to the hood, putting the hood on top of the chassis, this doesn't appear to fit all that well. I'm not 100% sure. I got to play around with it. As for the sound, I mean, it doesn't sound any louder. I mean, for some weird reason, it doesn't sound as loud as I expected. The video will make it sound louder than what it is. But I mean, it still sounds good. It sounds crisp as far as I can hear. The ESU speakers actually has a slightly different tone compared to the TCS, of course. It has a much crisper sound, so it actually complements the slightly bassy sound of the TCS. So let's test it out real quick. I'll start her up. Now this is the SD70M startup sequence where the engine will actually idle up anywhere between 3 minutes and 5 minutes. It will idle up, and then after that specified time, it will actually idle down. Now you can actually control the sequence by just actually idling up, or actually putting in notch 1 for about a second, and then put it back to notch 0, or put it back to idle more or less, and it will actually idle down if you don't want to actually hear this thing idle on high idle for about 3 to 5 minutes. So it's a nice feature. It's actually prototypically correct. I mean, if you go on YouTube and you actually look at a startup of SD70M, you'll actually hear it idle up, and it'll idle up for, again, 3 to 5 minutes, and then it'll idle down once it's warmed up. So I mean, it sounds good, you know. So basically, I haven't installed the lights. I mean, the lights are installed on the hood and um, the cab of the engine. I actually have it partially put together. I'm basically rearranging the wiring so that to try to make it as easy as possible for the installation of the soldering of the lights, which is pretty tricky to do, especially with those very thin copper wires. They're kind of hard to manage, and I'm trying to come up with a system to actually install it with very little headache. So that's going to be interesting, I have to say the least. And I'll get a chance to actually test the lights. I haven't tested them. I mean, I'm sure they work, but I got to make sure that they work before I finalize anything. You know, so far I tested the front lights. The front lights work. I haven't tested the rear lights yet, but I'm sure they will work. So, I mean, basically that's it. When it comes to the video. Actually, there's one announcement. I'm actually starting another playlist on the website. It's basically train simulations I'm going to actually do. So it's something a little different. And you'll see me playing around with some train simulators like THW CSX simulator. That's the actually new train simulator that's out now. Looks fantastic. The old train simulator. See, actually it idled down. And Run 8. And I will go over the differences between those three simulators. And I forgot, trains. What's that? I forgot the name of this one. You'll see it. So stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for more updates on this engine. So have a good evening.